Hello, Wicked Team video. Today we're going to take a look at some battles from Aerosol here with two new ring attack buffed monsters with the Charizard, which you already saw like earlier today on my part, but this is a normal version, which is maybe interesting to see the difference. And also here the Moltres. Moltres is very cool as well, as a Moltres has access to wing attack, overheat and sky attack, which has a lot of potential, to be fair. Moltres itself, I think you need to get it from like quest encounters, or you have the shadow version, which might be also pretty cool to take a look at. But yeah, like with sky attack you have a better stab move compared to the Charizard, but of course overheat is basically a worse version of the blast burn and a little bit more, I don't know, unreliable because you debuff yourself afterwards. But this Pokemon itself is a very interesting one in general. We see a Diggersby matchup here. Diggersby has no move that really hits the Moltres here, as you will be able to go ahead and go for an overheat, doing a ton of damage here. I guess if you had the Shadow version, this would have maybe even knocked them out. So I think the Shadow version might be a little bit better, especially as you would use it here as a closer. Maybe I build my own Shadow version of it soonish, I don't know, because like I think this thing has a lot of potential with the Shadow bonus as well. We see the Night Surge coming through here, you can survive it pretty easily. You're actually going to shield up. Okay, they don't get to another one, so I guess it's fine. I would have most likely no shield the first one at least and shield it here. They're gonna go for the Earthquake, which is fine for you, and you can go for one Sky Attack. The Sky Attack will be able to knock out the opponent, and you should be fine. Sky Attack is, by the way, a legacy move on the Moltres as far as I know, so you would need to use an Elite Tam to get this one. Chestnut here still without the new community move when it ever gets this one. I really want to see the frenzy plan for the Chestnut, really want to see the community day for this Pokemon. Hopefully we're gonna get it in the new year. It would be very nice. We see that they bait out the Azumarill here, which is okay-ish for you because you will be able to go for another Blast Burn here in time. This Blast Burn will get shielded, which is pretty amazing for you, to be fair. You can let this move go through. It's not really worth it shielding this one, as you can go back into your Chestnut now. Chestnut will be able to survive one move, I think. Maybe a Play Rough it wouldn't, but an Ice Beam definitely would have survived, but you will be able to shield it and farm it all the way down here with the Wire Whip damage. I really can't wait for the Chestnut Z-Day, but we will see the opponent coming in with their Tropius, and now they're going to have the Jirachi against you. You have to bait here, you're going to get the bait correctly, which is really cool. They're gonna go ahead and go for their Doom Desire, as you can now go ahead and go for exactly that many fast moves, I think. This will not allow the opponent to get the next charge move off in time, and you still will be able to have some health. Can you get to another Sky Attack? You cannot. And I think at this point of time this game is kind of over. You're double weak to the flying typing of the opponent, and there is not a lot that Chestnut can do against it. Of course, your Backline would have been very good against that Pokemon, against Tropius, but still should be pretty okay. Next game, we will see here Chestnut against Talonflame. Very horrible. You can swap out immediately here into your Charizard. Charizard will have an okay-ish time here, as we see a Lantern swapping in. Very, very bad for you in general. This is kind of hardball so far. Lantern will have a great time against Charizard. You will be able to go for the Blast Burn. Seems to be weird in the first place there, so you're going to have a resisted move hitting this Pokemon here, but still going to do more damage than any Dragon Claw would do. You will get them low enough that you can farm them all the way down with your Chestnut. You will not throw a single charge move here, at least I would guess, because I think they don't even get to another serve after this one here. So you should be pretty fine. As we see the Talonflame coming in, I actually would no-shield it, and you're going to no-shield as well. It's going to be a Flame Charge. You're still going to be able to survive it, and you have to rely on your Moltres now. There's going to be another Flame Charge, but you cannot really risk it. You're going to have to shield that move up, as you can go for one Sky Attack. I think I would actually went for more fast moves. I think you would have been able to perfectly time it, but this is still fine, as you can still get to another Sky Attack before they can reach their charge move here. They're going to shield both of them up, as you see that they have a one more fast move advantage. I think you have to go straight for the Sky Attack now, but we see the Venusaur coming in, which you also can have to knock out with each Sky Attack here. Let's see if it's going to be enough. It's going to be enough, and we're still going to see here the superpower coming through from the opponent. They're gonna go into their Lantern. You have 1 HP in the ring. We can go for another superpower against the Talonflame of the opponent. Go one for one Wine Whip, but it's still going to be enough to knock out the opponent here with 2 superpowers from the opponent, from the Chestnut here. That's why Chestnut going to be so cool when you finally get the community shield a move with Frenzy Plant. Frenzy Plant being a 45 energy move would make this so much better, especially together with the superpower. Would be so cool, but we still don't have it yet. But the cool thing about Chestnut, it will hard wall every opponent's Stunfisk. All moves of a Stunfisk are resisted on your Chestnut, and you will be able to do some nice damage against it. It's a little bit tricky here right now. They're going to go for the Rock Slide. You're going to overfarm a little bit more, I guess, and go for the superpower now. Superpower will, of course, knock them out if they have like so little HP left. As we see a Medicham coming in and a Trevenant coming in. This looks like a very promising setup here for your Pokemon in the back there with the Moltres. Moltres will be a very good one for this specific matchup, as we see that you can let this move go through. Exactly, just let this move go through. It's going to be a Shadow Ball knocking you straight out, but it doesn't matter. You can farm down the opponent with your Moltres. You have 2 shields versus 1 shield against the Medicham. You just can go for 2 Sky attacks and you will knock the opponent out of here. Here Moltres is a little bit better than the Charizard, as you have the Sky attack, which does more damage against something like the Medicham. If you saw my video earlier today about Shadow Charizard and why it's my favorite Pokemon in the new update there, you saw that even the Blast Bird nearly one-shot Medicham there, but you have a non-Shadow version here, so I think it would have done way less. But yeah, we see a Skarmory against you. Skarmory is actually a very good matchup now for the Charizard. Thanks to the move update, you will be able to hold speed, I think, all the time to the charge move, but you're going to go ahead and shield the first move here. They're going to go into this Medicham, which kind of tells me they're going to very likely have a double fighting match, double fighting team here, which should be actually okay for you, because you will be able to shield it up and realign your Pokemon. They're going to have another fighting type in the back, very likely Surfetch, I would say. Let's see what they're going to actually have in the back. I have no idea what they have. They could have something completely different. We see the Skarmory coming in here back again. You can go straight for the Blast Burn. You're going to swap out into your Moltres. Interesting play. You can go for the overheat in time, which is amazing. Let's see if my prediction was correct. I didn't look at any video footage yet. It's a Machamp. Okay, I was close. I was very close. It's going to be another fighter. You might still be able to survive this one. Even if not, and you don't survive it here, you're still going to be able to go into your Chestnut, and you will be able to survive one cross chop here, go for the superpower, knock them out. But yeah, like sometimes they have Machamp. I think Machamp is a little bit cooler, to be fair, compared to the Surfetch. A lot of times they have Surfetch because of the move Brave Bird, which is very cool if you have some extra energy. We see an opponent's Pidgeot here against you. You can swap out immediately into the Charizard. They're running the wrong move here. They have the Gust still. While Gust is not ideal anymore, Wing Attack is the better one to go. You're going to no-shield this move here. You're going to be the Feather Dance. You can still survive it, and you can still go for one Blast Burn here, burning down the opponent's Pidgeot. You can go ahead and farm them down with the Moltres, have some energy advantage here, have also some shield advantage here, and you will be able to go for one overheat. Now you can decide what you want to do. Do you want to try to catch the move from your Chestnut? You don't catch the move, but you're still going to be able to go into it, and you will be able to now go for one energy ball here. I guess your play is to let this move go through. Exactly, they're going to go for the Shadow Ball, trying to knock you out here. You're going to have to shield up once, but you should be able to, you don't even have to shield up anything, and this will win you the game as well. I thought they would get to the Shadow Ball in time, but I guess I was wrong here. Seeing the next opponent coming in here, we see Chestnut against Skarmory. Again, horrible lead. We see the Slave Swap now into the Charizard coming in again, and we see a Swampert coming in. This matchup now is actually pretty cool, especially the Shadow version. You can win this as a Shadow version. I don't know how it is like this, but you're just going to go for the safe route, and I think you're going to let this move go through. Just no, you're going to shield this move. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't expect this one, especially as they get to another one. I wouldn't do that. Like, definitely wouldn't have done that, but you will be able to still go for one Blast Burn here, and you can get the last shield of the opponent. You can go for one Dragon Claw here. I don't think this is enough to knock them out, right? You're not the Shadow version, so you're going to sadly go down here, but you will be able to get some extra energy now with your Moltres, which will have definitely a decent matchup against whatever they have in the back, because they don't go into that immediately. Going to be a Warren. Okay, this is not the ideal matchup that you want to see here. We see the Icicle Spear coming through, as we see that you're going to overfarm a lot. What's your play here right now is to hopefully knock them out with that. You can knock them out. Actually, I would have stayed in. Like, I would have stayed in and tried to get at least to one overheat. I don't know if this was the play to go, but they're going to go for the Sky Attack immediately here. Go for the overheat. You can still get to the overheat here. I would have swapped out on the overheat, basically. Try to then just absorb the damage on your chestnut, but maybe they had more energy than I noticed on their Skarmory, so definitely worked out for Aerosol here. We see the Altaria again, so that's kind of awkward. You're going to go ahead and go into your Charizard, which is now a better matchup, but it's not a better matchup if you're going to get hit now by this Lantern here, which gonna take the Blast Burn. But also you can still get to another Dragonclaw here. They're going to shield and move up. Okay, that's weird. Like, this is something that they didn't have to do, but very good that they did it, because you will be able to now align your Chestnut again. Every grass type basically hard walls the opponent's Lantern here. Lantern has 2 moves that are all resisted by grass type Pokemon. So you will be able to get some energy here. You're going to go for the superpower, a play that I like, because it should put them into range for one Sky Attack, or it gets the final shield. Whatever the opponent expected there, it definitely isn't in the moveset of the Chestnut, because they only have resistant moves against the Altaria. It doesn't have any kind of rock coverage other than Smackdown as a fast move. So we will see here that you can farm them all the way down, hopefully. I think the Altaria is not fully powered up, if I saw it correctly. Oh no, I don't know, this is Steelix coming in now. Steelix will have to take this overheat, will get knocked out by it. Yeah, the Altaria isn't fully powered up, which actually decides this matchup, because otherwise it would have went down, I think, a little bit earlier with your Moltres. Next opponent coming up, we're going to see a Warrain in the lead. This is kind of neutral, not ideal to be fair, because we see here that they can just go ahead and go for the Icicle Spear still. You will not outspeed them to it. They're going to go straight for the move as well. You're going to go straight to your own move. You don't outspeed them either. You get to the move at the same time, basically. Superpower and Icicle Spear are both the same energy, and you have the same energy generation with your fast moves as well. We see at least a Lantern coming in here, which is interesting. Already 2 water types on the opponent's part here. Surf coming through, knocking you out, and you can go ahead and go back into your Chestnut, trying to farm them all the way down. Hopefully they don't have another answer for you in the back. You will be able to maybe even go for a charge move. You're going to get hit by one here, but I think you still survive no matter what it is. It's going to be a Surf, it's going to be fine. And you will have now 2 superpowers stored. You see a Meganium coming in, going straight for the superpower, which is nice for you. Now you can swap out immediately into your Moltres. Then you're going to go into their own Warrain again. You can go straight for the Sky Attack. Do they let this move go through? Do they shield this move up? They're going to shield this move up. I really would like to see how much damage Sky Attack does. It definitely should knock them out at this range. They're still going to get to 2 moves though, which is going to be a little bit tricky, as the Icicle Spear not going to knock you out, but going to get you low. And I think it's going to get you low enough that they can Vine Whip you down, most likely, because they are very squishy with your Moltres. And yeah, you're still going to get to the Sky Attack, actually. Never mind. This will be very good for you, as this will knock out the opponent and you win the game there. 1 HP in a Dream. Not even good IVs on this Moltres, of course, but very, very cool to see that. Next opponent, the Obama Snow against you. You have 2 good answers in the back there, basically with 2 fire and flying types. Both typing are super effective against the opponent's typing there. As we see the Wishcast coming in. Wishcast has to go for Blizzard to knock you out, and they're going to go for the bait here, which is smart by the opponent. Will allow you still to get to 1 Dragonclaw here. Dragonclaw will get the shit from the opponent as well. You could shield this move up as well, I think. Yeah, it's definitely the right play. It's going to be the Blizzard, which allows you to realign, which is something that you really want to have here, as you can go for another Dragonclaw, trying to knock out the opponent's Wishcast. They're going to let this move go through, and we see the Obama Snow coming back in here. You can go for another Dragonclaw, a little bit risky, but it gets the shield nonetheless, and you will still be able to survive this move, I think. I think you still barely survive it. No, you don't. Actually, you're still too squishy for that. I only remember like the calcs for my shadow version of it. Definitely wouldn't have survived it. I thought it would just barely survive it, but like this, you still can go into your Moltres, knock them out, and we see the final Pokemon of the opponent going to be a Jirachi. You will not be able to reach another move there, but what he just did there is basically set your Moltres up to still get to 1 Sky Attack later on, and I think this might be enough to knock out the opponent, as the superpower is coming through. Sky Attack is coming through. Is this enough to knock out the opponent? It will be... I have no idea, actually. I didn't watch the video. it will be enough. So thanks for seeing those builds. Very interesting to take a look at the wing attack version of the Moltres now being boosted. Looks very, very promising. Especially I kind of want to take a look at this in the Master League. Thanks for watching this video. Leave a like if you didn't already, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.